Hey everyone, welcome to the race breakdown. We are at the Rock Hill Crit Course in Rock Hill, South Carolina. If you guys are enjoying the videos so far this year, go ahead and share it with the homies, hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe. Trying to get some more exposure for Southeast racing and get our field larger. So if you want to get more people out, share it with the homies. All right, we're jumping right into this thing. So just clipped in, got a terrible clip in. Yeah, it just always seems like you always find that guy like right in front of you who can't clip in, and you like bump shoulders with him right at the start. So always funny, but take a look up at the track map. I've got some windage arrows for you today. The wind was insane. It was like 20 mile an hour when we started in the afternoon, and I believe it would gust as well. So this is going to be a race of attrition. This was similar to the 2024 race we had as well, where the first day was very windy. So we kind of have an idea of like what's going to happen, some of the tactics these larger teams, these stronger riders are going to play. And as you can see, as we come down the fast downhill, everyone's on the right side of the road, of the course, and it's going to get single file and strung out the entire race. You want to gutter people. When you get these higher level crits, you know, this is the P123 field, the race tactics just get amplified. You know, you're probably not going to see people getting shelled or guttered in a 4-5 race. But here, 1, 2, 3, guys know how to hurt people early, and it's just to their advantage to try and blow as many people off the back as they can. So we skipped ahead to about 4 minutes in. As we come up this hill, it always gets a little like congested because we start getting the headwind from right to left. And then if you look to the left right now, got a couple guys stringing off the front, a cluster about 3 or 4. And it's early, and guys are already wanting to go. Take a look at Jeremy to my right. He's going to take a ride in the grass real quick. One thing that this course is nice with, and you saw it in the opening clip, is there's no curbs. So you can be pretty aggressive with your line choice. If you make a mistake, you can go off in the grass and get back on. You're going to see that multiple times throughout the footage today. All right, we're jumping ahead 6 minutes in, and you can see it's super strung out. I'm having to do a lot of watts, trying to stay low, stay in the draft as much as I can, and it's early on. Now we're going to get a huge slow up as some counters go on the right side, get a bump of shoulders for some teammates. They look at each other, what's going on, and then they lose all of their momentum. A couple guys just, man, if you lose your momentum on that little transition right there going to the uphill, you're having to do a ton of watts. It is not fun. So always trying to find where you can slip in on that transition is pretty key, so you can carry as much momentum as you can and just save watts. You can see it's starting to get strung out a little bit. So we're 10 minutes in, guys. And a couple little just counters and moves have gone. Nothing's really stuck. It's early in the race. Nothing's really going to get away. But you can feel the intensity of the ride is starting to amp up, and people are getting comfortable with this downhill corner now. We cooked this thing. We're only going 30 right now. This is kind of slow. I want to say, oh, there's a little bit of clip of pedals from my teammate Jeremy up a couple riders ahead. He got a little too cocky and tried to pedal a little too early. He ends up staying up, but he definitely scared a lot of us that were behind him. And now it's getting single file. This is picturesque of what you'll see the entire race footage. And then you have a little opening up here on the left, so you try to just take it, you know, not lose his momentum and just use it to your advantage. Like you get towards the front a little bit, it's only going to help you later in the race and just help your positioning coming up this hill. So we've got 2 riders up the road right now. I believe it's Fergus Arthur with Foundation, and I believe it's a Squadra rider. I was trying to look at the footage, it's hard to tell, but if you look at the front of our group, that's a Squadra rider as well. He's got the white helmet with like the red and black bibs. And I didn't realize this. I just saw the 2 guys going up the road. You can see him right here on the left. And I didn't realize the Squadra rider had a teammate. You know, even though I'm that close to the front, it was really hard for me to see and identify what riders were going. But I could tell he was kind of wasn't wanting to push the pace right here, so I just moved to the front real quick. Do a little bit of effort, honestly, this is like the best part of the course to do a pull if you're going to do one, because we have a massive tailwind, and your watts are really going to pay off and get you up to speed quicker. And you can see in the rear cam, it's single file right now. You'll see when we hit the bend, we have a slight separation right now, and I was pretty surprised by this. I was, letting some of these riders come through, and all of a sudden you see no one else is following this Joyce Athletics rider. I'm like, all right, I got to slot in. And then as soon as the squadron rider gets on the front, he just sets up right when we get out of the corner. And you look in the rear cam, we've got a couple guys coming really, really fast, and the peloton's coming fast. And we just get countered super hard. With those two guys still up the road, and we still have a slight gap, I really want to try and see what we can do. But unfortunately, the Team Winston-Salem guy just shuts it down real quick. The Squadra guy, he's shutting it down real quick. So, unfortunately, a couple small matches burnt for a little bit of nothing. So, we're coming down the downhill right now, and we're just coasting. We're chilling. Check the rear cam. We get a huge counter from Jonas, and it looks to be a SCAD rider. If you guys don't know Jonas is Project Echelon's rider. He won a huge road race out in the West Coast a couple weeks ago, and now I've got to chase this thing down. I did not want to do this. I am, you can see my heart rate. I'm a little bit in the hurt locker right now. So it's a mega effort going 40 miles an hour downhill in a headwind, trying to get as low and aero as possible. I flick no with DDP through. It's like, hey man, I've done all the work I can. Take me to the promised land here. And I start sag climbing up this hill to try and recover a little bit, because I'm pretty pegged. I haven't done any anaerobic or like VO2 workouts yet this season, so this is kind of like a shock to the system, having to do just 30-30s and just this massive headwind and a ton of watts up and down this hill. So I quickly find out I do not have a lot of matches to burn today, and so I'm just kind of trying to protect myself as much as I can. But you can see this field's getting strung out by trying to finally bringing back those two guys that are up the road, and then with the counters that are going to come to follow that. But little did I know, we're 14 minutes in of a 60-minute race. The next 10 minutes are going to be the fastest part of the race, and I literally just come off the front and burnt a couple matches of my already small match book for today. So I kind of float to the back and just try and recover, drink and eat some food real quick. But quickly, the pace is going to ramp up over the next like 2 to 3 minutes. The field's going to be super strung out, and we're going to start shelling guys and spitting them off the back. All right, we skipped ahead 19 minutes in, and like I just said, it's single file now. It's been super fast the past couple minutes, and unfortunately, you do not want to be in the back on a day where the wind is a really big factor, and especially if you're not a larger rider. If you can put out the watts, you can probably dance around in the back and jump around guys and survive. But I don't have all those watts to put out, and you can see some guys are just like floating off the back and they're clawing their way back onto the group right here in the rear cam. It's two guys just go off the front right here on the left, and the moves are going. They're constant right now. This is the hottest part of the race, and I'm just doing the best I can to kind of try and stay sheltered and protect myself as much as I can. Rocking 108 BPM, and I cannot get my heart rate down today. You can see guys are being aggressive, just like moving around, trying to get up to the front, try and stay sheltered as much as I can. They don't want to drop the wheel, so the aggression is high, especially in the back of this group as well. All right, we push ahead just like a minute and a half in, and within that minute and a half, we popped about 6 to 10 guys. And if you look in the rear cam, I'm pretty close to the back too. And also, my heart rate still at the same spot. I cannot get it below 180. Alarm bells are going off for me. I'm trying to stay far left right here, trying to stay sheltered from the wind as we go up this uphill, and we get a right to left crosswind. But you can see some of the guys like Noah and DDP, he does a great job just coming right around me and just like knows he needs to move up real quick. I just do not have that in the cards right now. And then you look in the rear cam, we've got Team Winston-Salem lady. I believe that's Rebecca Lang. And then we got Caleb as well in the white kit. He used to ride for Work Hard, Be Humble, and I believe he's a DDP rider as well. But I'm focused on my buddy Chris Ames right in front of me. I know I'm close to the back, but I'm focusing on Chris. I'm like, all right, I got to stay on his wheel. We're already letting a couple gaps open up. I'm on the limit, guys. I hurt myself early and kind of put myself in this terrible position being in the back of the group. And you just see how strung out it is, just single file coming through this as we take the right turn, coming to the start finish line, and we're just going to hit a freaking block headwind, 20 miles an hour. And I flick Rebecca through. I look under my shoulder. All I see is Rebecca. And then I'm like, all right, she's last. And I move directly right, and boom. And unfortunately, I shoulder check Caleb right there. I feel really bad about that. I thought Rebecca was the last person in line, and he's chirping at his buddies saying I tried to crash him out. Totally unintentional, bro. Don't be hanging around in the back with dead weight like me, and that probably won't happen. But anyways, guys, you look at the rear cam, you look in the front. I am by myself. Short race for me today. Learned a lot. Learned I have 0 VO2 and like anaerobic work right now. But it's no big deal. This isn't really an A race for me. Kind of hoping to peak a couple weeks from now as we get closer to USA Crits and Speed Week. But wanted to show you guys how tactical and strategic you need to be when the wind is extremely high. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. The Sunday race at Rock Hill will be coming out soon. That was a completely different race, way more action, really fun to watch. So that'll be coming out soon as well. Again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you on the next one.